Welcome back to the Alk Lodge podcast, everybody. Woo!
Today on the show, we have our friend Rachel, who we've known since high school. She owns a yoga studio called Empowered Yoga in Venice, California, Venice Beach. So if you're out here in LA, be sure to check them out. And this was a lot of fun.
It was great.
And also, this show is brought to you by Hexa Coffee.
Can't forget them.
As always, so go to hexacoffee.com and check out using the promo code ELK. That's ELK. And you'll get 10% off your total purchase. And without further ado, let's do it.
Another fun trip.
Where was that?
Ibiza. I sound so American when I say that.
Ibiza?
It's okay, you're American.
Was Ibiza cool?
Yeah, I love.
What did you go out? Because Ibiza is like the famous nightclub scene, right? You don't go out?
No, we tried. We went. No, I'm not kidding. We went. We took a cab we were on the other side of the island. We took a cab all the way down. I was there for maybe 7 minutes, and then I was like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
And just Irish exited out.
Good. It wouldn't really be my scene either. I mean, it's not good or bad if you like it or not, but yeah, I wouldn't really like it either. Clubs and shit.
I don't often get pulled to the clubs.
If I'm going out drinking, I want a dark bar or a restaurant.
I like dancing, but I like space to dance. And their proximity was
not their strong suit.
It was very tight.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the place we went for your birthday or whatever? Or was that your engagement celebration? But we were dancing in the back of their restaurant?
Yeah.
That was cool. That felt like a bar mitzvah all of a sudden. It was so casual. I loved it.
So it's funny that you bring up bat mitzvahs because Curtis has never been to one. And that was a part of our upbringing. And I was trying to describe them. You can't really describe. I was a bat mitzvah dancer then for
That does say a lot, and he just doesn't. He doesn't
no
get all
idea
the
what
implication. Feel.
Oh, so you did what was it called?
Oh my god!
I worked for Bizarre.
Bizarre. Yeah, that's the one.
Yes. And it is bizarre.
So those are dance.
You did
right, I forgot.
It's so much little arm movements on stage, just hands in a circle, just so much going on.
I forgot about that. I think of a bar mitzvah as I would describe it's like a wedding, but for kids.
And
there's also people who are hired.
They give out lots of things, and they also might give you socks so you can dance without your shoes on. And I commend them for
weddings too. Those should be mandatory all around.
I know, seriously. They expect us
for
in
sure.
heels
You should
all
have
night.
socks available. That's a great idea. But the big difference is that there's this hired group of 17-year-olds popping and locking and showing all the kids dance moves. It's weird.
Yeah, it's bizarre. To make it less weird,
bizarre.
they engage the youth, It's some of the older young adults, but then the bar mitzvah age kids, the seventh
Otherwise,
graders.
the boys will just stand over here and the girls will stand over here. And
There's no
people just hide in the bathroom.
no one leading that charge, leading the group.
I tried to show Curtis, Soul Man came on the other day, which is questionable why that came on. But at any rate, there was we had a whole dance that we did for it. And he was like, that's the most uncomfortable thing. You did that on stage. But yeah.
Oh my god.
That was how we engaged children.
Did you get stage fright doing that?
No, which is odd a character for me.
So you normally were you in plays and stuff in high school?
But she did the dance. She did,
you were in
what's it
drill
called?
team
Poms.
or whatever?
Poms. Yeah, I wasn't good enough for drill team.
There was
I don't know the pecking order, so you could have just fooled me.
I didn't know there was a pecking order, but I just knew they were
they're
enemies.
all one now because there was such conflict.
Oh, so there's a union now. They're a federation. Wow.
Yeah, that's funny. Wild times.
Okay, but
dance department.
But you were
DHS.
performing. Would you get nervous before Palms or before the bar mitzvahs? Palms, you would.
Anytime. I used to hate dancing purely because I hated performing in competitions.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a weird
thing
to do that.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and then to make it your job, going to bar mitzvahs. But was that less nerve-wracking because you don't know these people or something?
Yeah,
or?
they're like kids, you know?
Right.
It was they probably just thought it was okay to dance like that.
And nothing's worse than doing it in front of your peers.
Yeah, that's really
That's intimidating.
For sure.
Never did I ever have to play a soccer game in front of the entire school. Like you would have at the pep rally or something.
Yeah, but you were so good at soccer.
I wasn't so good.
Yeah, you were.
No, I wasn't. I didn't make varsity until my senior year of high school.
Yeah, but that's what's supposed to happen, isn't that? For seniors?
I mean, not necessarily. Nikki got pulled up to be keeper like her freshman year.
But that's because they didn't have a keeper.
Yes, but the idea is like sometimes really stellar players do get pulled up.
Wait, I'm really sorry.
You weren't stellar, but you were very good.
I thought it was goalie. So isn't keeper like in Hogwarts?
The keeper. Yeah, it is that, right? Yeah. Is that the one that catches the golden snitch?
I guess I just like that better than keeper. Goalie.
Is that
more European, I think.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't say... I did say pitch the other day just because all this like European, narration of the games has got me like... just wanting to say.
Yeah. Did you play soccer?
What was it?
Athleticism isn't really my strong suit per se.
Me neither.
But we did play travel basketball together at one point.
Oh my God. That's so funny. With like Danielle Ripke
and she was the
Callie
coach
and Lynn Millspaw, like that team.
Whoa. Yeah, but Ripke's, when she became an adult, like us.
She did it too?
We're adults, guys. That's what
we are.
Somewhat.
But she was the coach of Deerfield varsity girls, I think.
That does not surprise me. Her dad used to coach us.
Yeah.
He was a nice guy. He used to play basketball with my dad at the Bannockburn Club.
Oh, that's cute.
Which was like the core of my dad's identity. He loved it so much.
Oh.
Playing basketball at Bannockburn?
Oh my God. He talks about that period all the time, just missing the clubs. He like mourned it when he moved away from Chicago.
Bannockburn Club was a vibe.
It was a thing.
Yeah.
I remember I was like, Mom, I need to join. She was like, are you going to use it? I was like, nope. But I will socialize there.
Yeah. I will drink all the smoothies and order
I worked there, so I got like a free membership. I go there like whenever I want. And like because I worked there, I worked in the cafe upstairs.
Smart man.
So we were just giving free food to everybody that worked there. So when I showed up like stoned with like my 6 friends who aren't members either, like they would just let us in and like we could do kind of like what we wanted in there.
Love that.
One time I went there and I just walked into the kitchen, made myself a burger and like then sat there and ate it. Like it became like our little playground, me and Charlie.
Oh my gosh.
It was wild. It was a really fun job.
I love that.
Yeah. I love that place.
Do you think that kids get away with that kind of shit now?
I don't think so. I think because it felt like we were losing some privileges from years prior to us. And I imagine that that's continued. Because they were like militant, I feel like, at DHS.
When we were there.
Yeah.
It was very militant. Yeah. It was like Animal Farm.
It was insane. They were like scraping the insides of people's sweatshirt pockets with tape to try to find crumbs of weed. Like they were going out of their way.
Well, and if you were like on Facebook with a picture holding a red cup.
Yeah, I remember.
Any red cup. Doesn't matter what's in the red cup. If you're holding a red cup, you're in trouble.
And cigarettes too. I remember people were getting police for their Facebook pictures or whatever.
Is that legal?
And then
it's a public school.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I wonder. It was questionable, huh?
And they would like definitely search, which I guess is fine, but search anybody's car at any point that they deemed if you parked on campus. Like you surrendered.
That's pretty wild.
It was just all, without like a warrant. And then they often would like call the police and then, like they were pretty quick to call police, I would say.
So I gotta imagine, I mean, it does kind of head that direction always. Like parents who grew up or people who grew up in the 70s, they'd be like, oh, dude, we had so much freedom.
Right.
But we feel like we're in the 90s, like we had so much freedom that like nobody has now. So like it probably does continue that way.
At least changes,
But probably in some ways though, like now you can have like a private Instagram account. You have like a Snapchat that like your school doesn't know your Snapchat. It's like weird.
Is Snapchat still a thing?
I don't know. Or
Sorry.
TikTok. I don't know.
You're probably right.
I don't know what
I'm
the
too
thing
old.
is. Kids, I feel like kids use Snapchat. I see like old people using Snapchat.
It's also like friendly for. It's like
Facebook?
a good one for like single people. I feel
like
like it's a flirty
boomers
one.
Use Snapchat now?
I feel like people just use it to flirt. Snapchat, oddly enough.
So we don't fall into that category, as we were saying.
Kind of, yeah. Like we
I'm on
wouldn't know.
Snapchat all the
Like we
time.
wouldn't
No,
know.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, so I don't know, but yeah, I wonder. Like, are the kids at Deerfield, same school, same town? What's their life like? Write in, please. Send us a message. Are you in detention right now?
Do you need help? Are you all right?
Are you okay?
Did you ever get detention?
No, but I got arrested at boat party. Well, I didn't end up getting arrested.
Wait
Boat
a
party.
second. Boat party. When is that?
That's like you go to Navy Pier.
Yeah, but I didn't get to go.
You got arrested
I go to boat party.
on your way there, or like the day of?
Remember when you go like put your palm print on?
I didn't go. I went to the boat party.
Everyone did, yeah. You like write yourself a letter
I kinda
freshman
remember,
year, and then
actually,
senior
now.
year you open it up, and then you like put your palm print on the wall, and then
Okay.
you go to boat party.
Okay.
And I went with like Leah and Haley. I think Taryn maybe it was just Leah and Haley. I don't know. At any rate, they got in trouble. There must have been other people.
Where did they get
right
in
when
trouble?
we were in school, we were in the cafeteria, and all of a sudden the dean like pulled all of us individually.
So you guys like had
That's
booze?
what they would do. They would separate everybody and then
they separated us.
Interrogate every single person and get like a
that's smart.
statement.
That's what you got to do.
I know, but they're like operating like police department. And I guess they're literally policing the school, which maybe you can make a case that that's how they should be. But I can tell you it did not make me feel safe like as a learner. And I think
as a rule breaker, it didn't make you feel safe.
as a human being.
No, I don't like the police state either of the school.
Scary.
Yeah, I remember being really fucking scared.
So what, you guys brought like booze to school and you were going to bring it? Or like, what'd you get arrested
smoked
for?
on the way to school, but nothing. I mean, I was also like a little dumb. So, but all I remember is we got there and then they pulled us separately. I think Leah ends up having stuff in her car, which ended up being like the crux of it. But
Yeah.
Then, that was the end of that. So no detention.
But no boat party. Did you get arrested? The police came?
Yeah, the police came.
Of course, because they called them.
Yeah.
Well, I
They
guess
could
Leah
have chosen not to do that.
Well, what's it like now, though? Because weed is legal in Illinois, which I would have never pictured that. If you would have asked me, like, 16-year-old Paul,
that's true.
do you think weed will be legal in Illinois when you're 30? I'd be like, doubt
Sir,
it.
you're like 33
Yeah, you're
almost.
30. He is already 33.
Yeah, when you're 33. But no, it's been legal since I was like 30.
Yeah, true. Okay.
Okay, but not to like totally shift, but they should have been policing other things probably more heavily.
Mm-hmm.
Like now, do you think that's like the equivalent of guns?
Well, I hope they're policing guns. I mean, try to walk into Deerfield High School. It is locked down.
Oh, is it?
Like, you know those front doors? Like the front entrance. You just walk in, you're in the school.
What was the context of you going back to school now? Sorry.
Why did I go? I went to visit Dr. Brame, the band instructor, one day.
Cute.
Yeah. This was like, I think I was still in college, so it got locked down pretty quickly. But I tried to just walk in, and it's like you walk into a small room with a security guy. They've got to clear you, and then they push a button that lets you into the actual school. Like, you don't just enter the school through those doors anymore. And so I was just going to surprise my old band teacher, like walk into school and go say, like, hey, what's up? And they were like, do you have an appointment? Like, and so we had to call him. He had to like approve that I could come.
Wow.
Ruined my surprise. No, but it's like much more secure now. I don't know if there's metal detectors or anything, but I think that's more like somebody doesn't just walk into the school and like kill everybody. I think that's what they're holding back.
Do you guys remember the game? I don't remember what it was called, but it was like we all had someone to kill. We played it. I think it was like our junior, senior year. Yeah.
What?
But I don't remember the context or how the game worked, but I remember being called in to the dean to be like, there's a kill list. Like, should we be worried? And I was like, this is a game? Like, what? But that's what made me think of that.
I know. I don't remember this like
really
school-wide game of it. I probably wasn't popular enough to play it.
I mean, if I was involved in the game, you guys definitely were.
I don't know, Rachel. You're pretty
remember,
cool.
but-
You're pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
You are cool. We had our like
Still cool.
all of the year of the vests stands out from high school.
The year of the vest?
Yeah, we just like all had our Gap body puffy vests or like, you know what I mean? It was just the long sleeves under the vest all year long.
Yeah. That was a vibe at a time.
It was.
Yeah.
sorry.
I never liked a
Sorry.
vest.
It's a good
Daniel
option.
would wear vests. Daniel Levy wears a
Keeps
vest.
your core warm, but still lets you feel the air on your skin a little bit.
I wanted the whole thing warm, you know? Then my arms get
Well,
cold.
not if it's like 65.
And I don't need a vest, you know? I don't know. I never was comfortable in a vest.
Did you feel constrained?
I don't know. I just didn't like it. It's just not for me. Not my style.
All right.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have been many people's styles, in fairness.
Yeah.
I know, it just like puffs you out in the middle.
In a place like you don't really want to be puffed out.
Yeah,
so.
just like boop, marshmallowing through the halls of
The reason
DHS.
I was first asking you about like being stage fright and whatever for things, like now that you're a yoga instructor, do you get like performance anxiety before a yoga class? I feel like I would.
I get performance anxiety, what you were saying with peers. If there's another teacher in the room that I really admire, I do get nervous for sure. But otherwise, it's just fun, you know? And it's sort of like, yeah. fun.
So it's more like a bar mitzvah, less
Yes.
like a dance competition.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Yoga teaching is the equivalent of leading a bar mitzvah dance.
Nice. So how did you get into yoga teaching?
Because I hated performing and I loved dancing. And that's not really how, but I always think about that now. Like, I think that yoga is a practice continually. And so I never have to perform like I did in dance. So the part that I loved. But I started doing it in high school. And then in college, I got really into it. And then I worked on Wall Street. And I needed something to keep me calm. So yoga was my lifeline. And then, yeah, it just sort of like spiraled out of control. I went to business school where I should have been studying, but instead I went to India for a month. So,
Nice.
you know, I took like the really standard
That was in London, right?
path. Yes.
Did you like living over there?
I did. I miss it. It's just so different. I don't miss the weather, but it's just, I don't know, more or less. Yeah.
More or less.
More or less.
I've heard that. I've heard people say that.
It's just less like, more is acceptable. Does that make sense? I'm
Like
not
it's
sure
less
it does.
judgy?
Yeah.
It's more
like,
tolerant?
I think so. And not in a lot of ways that are here, but in other ways that doesn't make any sense.
No, I
in
get
my
it.
mind, it makes so much sense.
I mean, to live there, I'm sure you know.
But I didn't know you worked on Wall Street. What were you doing on Wall Street?
I worked at like a bulge bracket broker for a while doing like
Say that again.
trading.
Charading? Trading.
Charading.
Charading. So
Bull
just
backer
like,
baker.
go, rodeo. I don't, bold breaker.
Sorry.
I worked at a
continue.
bank,
You were
basically.
trading.
There you
Trading
go.
stocks and bonds? What are we
Just
talking
stocks. Vanilla, straight vanilla.
here? So you're like a stock broker or you're working for like,
Yeah.
so, and you had clients being like, hey, Rachel, I want to invest in this. Like, let's
Yeah.
do it.
Let's just do it.
Do they just go? You got the green light. Let's
Press
do
the
it.
button.
And then they hang up, and they always have like whiskey in like a short glass. You know those kind of guys. In movies, they do.
In real life, they do.
In real life, they do as well.
And the cocaine.
And
Yes.
plus cocaine.
That was put on my desk like day one. My boss was like, buck up. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll be fine.
Did you really? Wow.
Yeah.
It's a wild world. So, are you still in that world of Wall Street?
Ish. I still do a bit of investing. I have a mini VC, but we invest in wellness. So it's like more LA.
VC venture capital
Yes.
firm. And so, what does that mean exactly?
We invest in startups, but like revenue generating startups. So a lot of female founded. A lot of them are local, not all of them though. But yeah, I say like the next generation of everything. At least I hope it's next generation, you know, of healthcare, of like consumer goods, of what we used to think of junk food as like Oreos. Hopefully the next generation's a little bit better for us. So all that kind of stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
How long have you had the venture capital firm?
It started in COVID. It was sort of just like a serendipitous experience, but yeah, started raising a little bit of money, and then before I knew it, I was investing it, and it was so fun, and I missed it. You know, I like stepped away from Wall Street a little bit when I went to business school, and I missed that kind of stuff. So it's been fun to get back into it.
Like, it's exciting to sort of grow capital and like
Yeah.
do these moves.
Right.
And then people say, go, do it.
Just to believe in something, it's like before other people believe in it, and then see it really grow and become something huge it's exciting.
It's impressive.
That is very cool.
I would not know where to begin to like start raising capital and, you know, all that shit.
But
It's
you do other things that I have no idea. Like I walked
Sure.
into that room and I was like, what's going on? I don't know. Like where do we
fair
start?
enough, fair
you know?
enough. So yeah, but you got me beat there. It's pretty cool.
Thanks. Yeah. It's fun. It's
Nice.
fun stuff.
So how much of
Gotta
your
keep
time
this
is
in mind. We gotta, before we check out in Robinhood and I buy new stuff, I'm gonna be like, this look good.
Yeah, Rachel, what do you think? I'll call you and I'll say, all right, let's do it.
Hang up and I'll press the
hang
green
up.
button.
What do you think of all these Trump NFT, these trading cards? You think it was just like massive money laundering? They say they like sold out and like they sold.
So Trump sold an NFT set of trading cards.
Yeah, you haven't seen anything about
I
this?
would see like little
Have you
things
seen
of
about
it.
this?
I honestly, I don't know if this is okay to say. Anytime I see things related, I just have to look away. Like I just don't want, yeah.
I get
I
it.
think this is why I'm such an asshole, because I just stare and I'm like, God damn you.
You can call Nancy. You and Nancy could have like really deep conversations on this. I don't need to be more upset than I already am in life.
Yeah, that's respectable.
It's good. Yeah,
It's
I don't
questionable.
I don't watch the news either. But so Trump sold a bunch of NFTs.
Tell us more.
They sold
They were
out.
like superhero NFTs.
Of him?
Yeah.
And he
Cool. That
And
feels
it's just
right.
like, it's rough because you just then hear of these cases where like people are spending like hundreds of dollars on these like little fucking fake things that aren't really of value. Maybe they are, but yeah, they're just supporting this guy.
I mean, these are people that like Donald Trump, obviously, if you're buying it, or you just are assuming that the value of it will go up.
I'm sort of hoping the latter, to be honest, because at least like there's some brains behind that, rather than it being just a blind idiot.
Well, I guess I don't know. There was just.
I mean, it's more
the
of
idea that maybe he was just, I don't know. He claimed to sell out like instantly, and who knows? You know, he makes shit
He
up.
also claimed, to win the presidency.
shit
So,
up.
like,
he's been claiming a lot.
I know.
hard to say.
It's it's just.
Yeah.
I just hope you check them out visually at some point. They're
I have
very
seen them
funny.
scrolling
He's
past.
like
They look
in
fake.
a cape, but
Yeah,
they're
it
like
looks like a
lifted off
joke.
of just Shutterfly, like generic images that he just shittily dropped himself into. It's quite funny.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure if someone came to him and said, "We'll do this. We'll give you a certain percent of the money."
Right.
And like
do
you
want
win
to
a
do it?
trip,
And he
you win
said,
a trip to Mar-a-Lago, like a dream like dinner.
through buying the NFT.
You could. You're like enter the lottery, you know.
To me, the criticism is more like, our NFTs,
Right.
moral and good.
Yeah, or dangerous to our community.
dangerous.
What do you think? Have you found yourself investing much in those?
No, only because it's not like my bread and butter. I'm spending some time learning, and I think it's important to be like educated to a degree, but there are like legit experts that should be advising on that, and I am not one of them. So
Do you own any crypto or anything?
I do.
Yeah.
But to me, that's like almost the equivalent of these early stage businesses that I invest in, because their credibility and their like sustainability at this stage is of the same kin as these brand new businesses.
Yeah.
So I think it's just like an interesting way to diversify to some degree, but
Sure.
also being aware of the risks involved.
Yeah. Is do you buy like stocks yourself as well? Like,
Yeah, I manage my 401k
nice.
and my like little portfolio that's non 401k.
You got any stock tips or anything?
This
No, I
is
can't.
insider trading.
I'm
Don't
not
even
even
tell
legally
us that.
allowed to
insider
anymore.
trading. Oh, you're not allowed to give stock tips because you're like a pro?
No, because I'm not registered.
You're not
anymore.
registered. But can't you just, I mean, I could give you a stock tip. Is someone going to go to
Go for
jail?
it.
Send me
No.
to jail? No, but I'm just saying.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I could. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I wonder. I mean, maybe you can't sell the service, but you can't tell a friend
maybe
like,
that's-
"Hey, I just bought Microsoft. I think it's going to go up." I would buy
didn't buy
Microsoft.
Microsoft.
No, but me neither. Okay.
I've been buying into like new age medicine, like
I love that. Like mushrooms.
mushrooms and
I did
There's
the
a ton of
psilocybin
them.
stock. It's
Yeah.
just been down.
I know.
Yeah, me
ever
too.
since I bought it.
I
I hope
know.
it goes up, but
I'm
it's
waiting.
down.
I'm in those
for
too.
this breakthrough.
Because it's got to at some point. I really
Yeah.
hope.
Yeah.
But we might have entered early.
I mean, I
I don't mind, and that's all the name of the game. I want to enter early. I just like I need to like fish around and see, because I should cast a far net and just buy a little of everything related, because who knows which companies are gonna rise to the top.
Yeah, I mean, we bought early, but it would have been better, obviously, if we bought later because it's so much
Right.
cheaper now. But
You
it
bought a
still
little
might
too early.
go
Yeah, no,
up
no.
that it was smart.
Net.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all that matters,
Hopefully.
right? I mean, I look at my stocks all the time.
Does it make you insane?
No.
It makes me insane.
Right now it's down. Sometimes it's up.
I don't think that anyone's is up right. I don't think it's
but
possible.
it
Yeah.
doesn't matter if
It's
it's
not the way
down.
it's
Like
going.
when I sell it, that's the only day that it matters what its value is.
That is a smart man right
I guess
there.
unless I'm being taxed on it, in which case I want it to stay down for as long as possible and shoot up at the way end right before I sell it. Like, I don't mind it being down. I don't know.
That is a great perspective.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
That's a tip for you.
Yeah, that's a great tip.
The what was I going to say?
It would
Oh,
drive me nuts if I had more money invested. I have a very small little nest egg in there, but if it was more, I think
It's-
I'd be like, the volatility.
Yeah, because when you think about like the percentage of volatility and like what it changes to on a day-to-day basis, sometimes it's just like that's a lot of money shifting.
Yeah, that's terrifying. And yeah. I don't know. I've never had cash that fluid in my life before, so that freaks me out. But come on, I'm open to it.
Yeah.
Cash, I'm not.
Bring it.
It's time. It's
Let
time.
it flow. Psilocybin
Your
stock.
money tree behind you.
Yeah.
Bring me money.
Is it like smart to buy now because everything's low? It inevitably goes up. Like if you have any spare cash now is like probably the best time to be
Well,
buying.
isn't that
right?
They always say that like
It's the one rich
the
get
rich
richer.
get richer
Yeah.
in those moments because
They have the cash to invest.
Yeah.
Let's sell the TV or something and buy some more stock. But yeah, I feel like it's a. So I don't know. I'm not super liquid right now, but if I had it, I'd be investing right now.
That's the thing.
You know? Yeah, but you gotta have it.
You know?
In those
Yeah,
lulls.
and people are definitely not in that place because interest rates are at like an all-time high, and
Interest rates are insane right now.
Yeah, and people who bought like during that craze are now really regretting it because they're realizing they're not going to get their investment back.
But it depends how long they hold on to it
Yeah.
for. Like they might triple their investment
But
if they
like,
just wait.
yeah,
Just
if
hold on.
if they can afford to wait.
If they can
That's
afford to
the
wait.
scary part.
Yeah.
Because also like the taxes and stuff, it gets me so anxious for other people.
Do you own your house?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, very
We bought
exciting.
it. That's
we
so
did.
cool.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
That's wild. But is this first house you bought or you've bought others?
Yeah, no, it's our first.
Not
How'd it feel?
Alexei.
It's like it's nice. Like I'm sure it's nice.
Do you get the
I have the same response about marriage that I do about the home. Like I know I'm supposed to be excited, and also I think a lot of that's bullshit.
Like, it's
I
just
understand
normal.
what you mean.
Like it's not that big of a deal, you mean? Or well, like with owning a house?
Yeah, no, okay, it's a lot of fucking work. Like, let's call it what it is. If the ceiling falls in, like, and God forbid, I shouldn't say things like that, but like, that's on us. And it's like, we have to have savings for that on top of the insurance and all of those like little things. And then taxes. And there's just like a million things. So, like, yes, I'm sure there's like benefits and there is the tax saving and there's all of those. It's an asset and whatever. And also, is it an accomplishment? Like, I don't know. Like, what does it mean anything? Is it valuable? Like, it's hard to say. That's all like so.
Well, real estate's a good investment in general. Right? I mean, it
Plausibly.
goes up pretty much always. People always got to live somewhere.
Yeah.
But you don't get the
And-
same excitement as like investing in something
Yeah, no.
with buying a house, even though
Yeah.
it is an investment.
I know, yeah. Because it's also like, I don't know, the money you put into it, you don't know that you're going to get back, which is the same with investing, I appreciate. But it's like, I don't know, in 10 years, if we sell our house, is it going to be a tear down or should we invest in like try to make it nicer?
Right.
That makes me insane.
Yeah. So you maybe enjoy it more if you like bought an apartment building and you started getting renters and it's like, oh, we're going to make this a
That-
thing.
yeah.
We'll get this. That's more exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
We've
like,
been
Because this
friends
we
the
also
house
have
is
to like
not-
live in and like
Right.
do our lives in. So it's less of like, I can make money off of this and figure out a way to make profit and more just like, I want to love my home and
Yeah.
like feel relaxed when I come home.
Yeah. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
that's I guess the only if you want to make investments that like improve your experience at home, those would be
Right.
the ones to do, and then you don't have to worry too much about it because you know it means that much to you.
The outside of the house has got to be painted.
Yeah, what color is it?
Mustard.
Little
With
yellow.
a little Dijon siding.
We love mustard. We love mustard
I'll
around here.
Lick it. No. What are you going to paint it?
Anything but that. Mostly anything but that. It's
Mostly
like,
anything.
yeah, mostly anything but that. I don't-
Black.
Sure. Like, literally, I don't know. I don't have an eye for teeny would be the person.
I'll have to come over.
Yeah,
give
I
you
would love
my
that.
Yeah, you
my
were
ideas.
complimenting our decoration, and we were
Yeah.
like, "Oh man,
I'm,
this
like,
kind of feels like
self-conscious of
we
our
just threw our
decorations.
shit
Really?
everywhere."
Just because of the
Oh,
fact that
no.
we have
It's so lovely.
such an affinity
We just have a
for
lot, like-
things.
Yeah, it
And
feels
just-
overloaded, and this is us like holding back, you know.
Yeah,
And
seriously.
then like there's a bunch of shit in the garage, and then yeah, every now and then, like Christine said, we'll rearrange it, like kind of minimalize a little bit, and then over time, like it just kind of fills back in with
Yeah.
more new shit.
I think
But-
it's lovely.
Thank you.
It's a good.
It is
It's a
cozy.
great
I like it
home.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We love it.
It feels like home.
It does.
It's homey.
That's a nice feeling.
The
Yeah.
fire stayed alive. Look at that.
We gotta get you
It's
doing some
trickling.
schmellos.
I know.
Seriously.
Why have we never done
That's
schmellos?
I don't
disappointing.
know. I mean, I just didn't think of it.
Yeah, me neither. It never occurred to me.
I think of that.
10 years of summer camp will do that to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's wrong with us?
I think of like outdoor fire pit when I think of s'mores.
Yeah, outdoor fire pit, I think of s'mores. Indoor, I don't usually think of
Indoor,
it.
I've never even thought of wilding out like that.
I mean, wilding out.
Let's go crazy.
Yeah, get a little
Let's
nutty.
make hot cocoa.
Listen, I'm always here for Hershey's chocolate, a marshmallow, and graham crackers.
Wait.
I'm never mad about that.
I should have brought it. Someone gave me my bat mitzvah sweatshirt back, which said my theme apparently was a Hershey's Kiss Goodnight. When you just said that, did I give out Hershey
so
bars?
perfect.
But yeah,
So sweet. I love it.
I love the themes of bar mitzvahs.
We've circled.
Yes.
We've gone for a full circle.
We're
I'm
back to
glad.
bar mitzvahs.
It doesn't
but
always happen, let me tell you.
I love the theme. Yeah. I wish I would have kept every like bar mitzvah shirt
Yeah, why
and
did
thing
we
that I
give
got.
those
No,
up?
seriously.
I don't know. They're
Probably
so
because
awesome.
our bodies physically
Well,
outgrew
yeah, maybe
them.
they don't fit anymore.
Well,
they
but-
should give you big ones.
Often
Seriously.
I feel like we were getting like, I don't know. This is like an adult medium. I'm like, great. Thank you so much for giving me a sweatshirt. I'm in the market for them. It's cold out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. There was some gear coming in.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Such a wild time. Yeah.
I wish that we could go back to bat mitzvahs as adults, though. Like, it's almost worth having children for that.
Careful what you wish for, because I mean it'll come full circle when you have like,
I don't want kids.
but
That's just not
like
coming out of me.
friends with kids or
Friends with
something
kids.
that are gonna invite you, like cousins with kids, anything.
Yeah,
like
they'll
that.
cousins with kids. That'll happen. You're
Eventually,
right.
you know, you'll be the adult in the room just smashing the dessert table
That would be so fun.
and leading the dances.
And like drinking.
So mad.
like,
That's it.
I
That's
didn't
why.
realize like all the adults are drunk.
They were
I did not really put it together
There
as
were,
a kid.
It's like
I
a
think so.
requirement to have an open bar.
Yeah.
Great. I'm back.
There we go.
There she
We're
is.
in.
She's-
Yeah, the dessert tables was always
Yeah,
a dope
that's-
thing. I forget whose it was, but
Oh,
they
yeah.
had like a bajillion giant pixie sticks. And me and Nick Bradford, we like systematically stole all of them. Like we kept like walking by and like someone would like block and then like someone would like grab a bunch and stuff them like down their pant leg and then like walk away. And then we had a table
Why
where
does-
we were storing them under the table in there.
I feel like
and we had all of them.
I totally can remember this.
Why
guys
were you
under
We were
the
so
fucking
proud of it.
table.
Stealing them because I'm pretty sure that's what they were there for.
That's true, but it,
Exactly. Like no need
yeah,
to
just because it was
steal.
fun and exciting. I mean, I think it was
Like
not
John
open yet,
Cohen,
right?
like,
You can't go to the
snorted
dessert.
some.
Well, that was a different. That was at Parker's. I think that was at
okay,
Parker's
okay.
Slates.
That was a
No,
wild
but
one.
I think it was like closed till after dinner, and we were stealing it because we wanted all that
You
crazy amounts
rascal.
of sugar.
Yeah.
Now
They were
So
probably worried you were going to steal
funny.
the alcohol. Nope. We were stealing the sugar.
we were stealing
I mean,
sugar.
it's kind of the same thing. If you give up like alcohol, my
You crave
sweet
sugar.
intake goes. Yeah, my sweetness levels. I just chase the sugar instead.
It's true.
I'm always using sugar.
Same. He doesn't have the sweet teeth like me.
What's that like?
I don't understand how it works.
It's okay.
Can you tell
It's
me more?
nice.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
How does that feel?
How does,
Feels
how does
good,
that
feels good.
kale feel on your teeth?
I mean,
no, but
I like-
real talk though, kale feels so much better on your teeth than sugar.
oh well, yeah.
You know
just,
what I
like,
mean?
Rub kale on your teeth. Like, what are you talking about?
my God.
But like, there's certain fibrous foods, like an apple, when you eat it and your like teeth feel clean, your mouth's refreshed. It's like it feels good on your teeth.
Versus
But then when I
biting
bite into
cake.
sugar, like
Yeah.
it sometimes like
It hurts.
makes your teeth hurt.
Yeah.
It's a much different experience.
Sometimes it makes my belly hurt.
You've
The
never
sugar?
had that teeth like the teeth like sensitivity.
Yeah, like
to
that
it?
super sugary frosting on cupcakes or
Yeah,
something. You
I
bite
feel
into
like
it.
the residue on my teeth, but I don't think I.
Yeah,
It never hurt your teeth? It
sometimes
never,
a
like,
little like that's
hurts
how
my
you know
teeth.
I'm a glutton for punishment because it hurts a little, but I just love it anyway. I mean, not always.
But I
Now
love.
I'm gonna like search this out.
It's like the really synthetic sugars that I've found,
Yeah.
like the cake frosting from like a Dominic's. Cake.
Yes,
Dominic's.
100%.
What?
Dominic's.
Whoa,
That's
That's
a
a
That's
big
Chicago
yeah.
reference
That
right
was
there.
deep.
Is it still Dominic's over
we
there?
went to a Dominic's
No, it's
over the summer. I thought.
Mariano's now or something.
Mariano's
Everything's
is
Mariano's.
awesome.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
At least some of them are. I like that place. Where do you grocery shop around here?
Whole Foods is closest to us.
Nice.
Whole Foods, eh?
Yeah, where do you guys go?
I'm a Trader
We have a
Joe's. Ho.
John's though. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
we do.
It's
Like
called John's.
John's,
Yeah.
not Vaughn's. John's.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's like kind of an international like grocery
It's like
store.
because we're in
Oh.
Glendale. It's like very Armenian. It's kind of like
Oh, nice.
super. There's all sorts of Armenian shit there.
Yeah.
but also just normal stuff.
What's Armenian food? I've never
It's
had.
like Persian.
kind of
Oh.
kind
similar
of.
to
Mediterranean, Greek, a little.
that kind of profile generally. Lots of like,
Love that.
yeah, grape
Kebabs
leaves and
kinda
hummus
stuff.
and olives and yeah, some good stuff.
But the John's though is like right there, so it's so
Yeah, I've never
convenient.
lived on like there's a grocery store on our block. It's so nice for when you forget like one thing for a recipe or
Yeah, you can be
just,
in the
like,
middle
out
of
of
cooking, like
milk,
oh
or,
fuck,
like,
and just pop
my
over, pop
oat
over.
milk. So LA,
my
we need our
oat
oat milk. Gosh, oh gosh.
How long have you been in LA?
3 years.
So after
Man, I
college, you
didn't
went to
realize-
New York, then London, then India, then LA.
Yeah, I mean, India was like a month. Yeah.
Just a
Well,
little travel.
it's cool though, so I included it.
Thank you. Yeah. London, LA. Yeah.
LA.
You moved here right after.
And then you were wait.
Sorry. Yes.
So it was Deerfield, Austin, Austin, London,
With a quick layover in South Africa, then New York,
then New York, then LA, God,
London, then
Oh
LA.
wait, oh my God. You
pretty cool.
You've lived in like a lot of the major metropolitans, like what's the word?
Metropolitan?
Metropolises.
Oh, metropolises.
That's the word. Metropolises.
Would it be like metropolises or metropolis?
Metropoli.
Yeah, yeah, metropoli. Yeah.
Metropoli.
Oh, metropoli. You've been in LA for like 3 years?
Yeah,
How
you've
do you
been
like
here
it?
forever.
I have. Well, maybe like 10 years, maybe.
That's like almost forever.
Almost
basically
forever.
a
It's
local.
close.
Yeah, it's as close to an LA local as we got.
Actually, I moved here in 2012, but then I left for like 2.5 years and then came back.
Where'd you go?
I moved back to Florida when I joined a ska band.
Cool.
Yeah.
Where in Florida?
Orlando.
Cool.
Yeah.
You never put ska music on.
I don't even like ska music.
I do like ska.
I mean, I don't hate ska music. No doubt it's
I
kinda
know,
ska.
and I love that.
And I love Real Big Fish and Goldfinger and some of the bands, but like it's not like my thing.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not like my thing. So it was funny being in the ska band. Like I'd be like warming up or like mic checking my drums, and like the guitar player from like the other band is like, "Yo, let's like jam on something. Like let's play that song, whatever, like a famous ska song." I'm like, I don't know that song. And he's like, "You're in a fucking ska band. Like, what do you mean?" I was like, I have no idea. And he's like, "You're wearing fucking checkered pants? You don't know that song?" Because we had like all these outfits and stuff.
Like a
Wait,
uniform.
how did this come to be? I need all the details.
I went to college in Orlando.
Okay.
And I was a drummer,
Okay.
so I knew bands.
Okay.
Then I moved to LA, and then a band in Orlando lost their drummer, and this was like, I don't know, winter or like the spring was starting, but they had just booked Warped Tour for that summer.
cool.
So like, fuck, we need a drummer. Like we're not gonna
Pronto.
Like, yeah. So they knew me, so
Oh, okay.
they asked me to do it, and I did it.
Cool.
And then I just kind of stayed in the band for like 2.5 years.
So fun.
In Florida.
Did you love it?
It was cool. I mean, it was like touring and stuff, which was cool. Warped Tour was like very fun. Yeah, I'm very glad that I did it. It was awesome.
Cool.
But I was so eager to get back to LA. As soon as I like quit the band, I was like, it was like a vacuum.
Yeah.
It sucked me back to LA. I felt like I still lived here. I was just like never home. Like I was just kind of like absent or something.
That's fair.
But so yeah, I don't know. I'm very drawn to LA
Me
and the
too.
West. Yeah. So you've been here like 3 years?
Yeah.
Is this, do you see, I mean, you bought a
Yeah,
house, do you see long term?
That's what I said. I was like, I never thought I'd buy a house. I never thought I'd stay
so
somewhere
you're
long enough.
Sticking around.
I know that
Yeah.
it is such, that's what is like a massive commitment about it all.
Yeah.
I know it's
But LA is a cool place. I mean,
Yeah.
it's the best.
I agree. There's like, it offers everything. It's not what I thought it was going to be, thankfully.
What did you think? It'd be like very superficial or something?
I thought it was going to be like very, I might get in trouble for saying this, like WeHo was like the only real perspective I'd ever had on
Yeah.
LA. But it's not at all.
No,
what it's
WeHo's
like.
WeHo, but
Right.
only WeHo is WeHo.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love it here.
Yeah.
Do you love it, Teeny?
I love it.
We want Teeny to love it more.
Yeah.
I love it.
Do you
I
love
mean,
it?
I do love it. I don't think it's perfect by any means.
That's fair. But I don't know that anywhere
mean,
is.
Yeah.
You
No,
love Tucson.
I know.
Tucson was perfect for you.
Well, if we bought a
but
place-
ironically, since living here, Tucson has somehow become a little less perfect
Ooh.
by comparison in a couple ways.
Yeah, tell us
Weather
more.
mainly. I enjoy being able to not be as hot as often and like the seasons are mild, but there are seasons here.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's seasons there. Don't get me wrong. It's just
I mean, it's not mild. The heat is not mild.
Yeah, and like, you know, they eventually a winter does come, but it's like a few days out of the month, and there's some summer storms and stuff. But anyways, it's mainly consistently warm there versus here. There's a little bit more variation, and
It's fucking cold now.
yeah, it's cold now. But
Got a
like
fire going.
it's cold back there too in like the winter. You know how cold Scottsdale gets at night.
Yeah.
Yeah, the desert's,
The desert's
so harsh.
cold. Yeah.
But anyways, and then just like, what's the other thing?
That you like about LA?
Besides us two being here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Besides
I
us.
mean, that's just awesome. I don't know. I mean, it's cool.
You've
But
definitely
Tucson-
grown to
no.
like it, though.
Yeah.
You disliked it
What
when
I
you
was going
first
to
moved
say
here.
is
We were
about
maybe going to
Tucson,
move.
I used to think like it would be a good investment, like because it was growing so much. But
Oh,
now
yeah?
I'm like just supremely worried about water security in a massive
Oh.
way. So now I'm like, that's what I think being here, I've kind of gotten my head up a little bit. And I'm like, maybe that's not the right place to invest long term. You know,
Is
I
that
wouldn't buy a beach house, for example, anywhere.
Is that a big thing in Tucson? Water conservation?
Yes.
Well, they get their water from the same place LA gets their water, right?
Oh.
But there's
Yeah.
like,
I mean,
they are low on the priority list of that. Like, if there's a shortage
True.
of water,
Last, actually, I
like
believe. No,
Arizona's the
Mexico's
first to
last.
get fucked
No
out
way.
of that water.
Oh,
It's
I
true.
didn't know that.
yeah, and I mean, I don't know.
That's
Temperature,
interesting.
like, you know,
Yeah, the world's
with
falling
climate
apart.
change, like the hot places generally get hotter,
Right.
And so that's already a really hot place. I'm just a little.
But we do like the desert. We look
I
at
love
like
it.
Santa Fe.
I love drying my
Taos.
ass out there.
Yeah.
It's warm me up. I fucking love it, but being here gives me a slight hesitation.
But do you think there's a possibility you'll stay in LA forever or no?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I feel
Yeah,
like the
maybe.
longer I stay, it's like harder to leave. You know, I mean, we're about to go to Chicago to visit family, and I'm like, holy hell! I was complaining that it was going to be -5 when we landed in Chicago, and Callie's like, oh yeah, I saw it might be -25 here.
What do you do? Do cars
Are you
work?
serious?
Don't they freeze?
Yeah, cars, you gotta like warm them up. Like you only know that feeling if you lived in the Midwest. Like when you get in a car and it's still so fucking cold, you're just like so tense, all your muscles to try to warm up.
The coriest core you've
Yeah.
ever had. Like your whole body is just so not your own for that whole time. I don't know. I was so bad at that. I love not having to deal with that.
Yeah.
But I mean, California's amazing in so many ways. You know, just how much nature is out here, but it's
Yeah.
like also feels kind of missing from here as well. It's weird. Like there's some of the greatest natural wonders in the world in California,
Yeah.
and I don't really go to them. You know,
Well, we should.
Well, I know we should go to some of the parks.
Yeah. I'm loving
like,
adventure.
I love camping, and like I haven't gone since I've
We
lived
should
here.
take
I don't know
Nala
like
camping.
spots.
She fucking loved that.
Oh, that'd be
My
so
dog.
good.
Oh yeah. What's your dog's
Yeah.
name?
Nala.
Nala. Nice.
We should do some homework. I have some friends that actually grew up here that like to camp, and you know,
You don't have to get that far out of LA to be
Yeah.
nowhere.
No, I
Also,
know.
it's surprising.
Yeah.
It's true.
Curtis was telling me there's this river near Mammoth that you can like get a float and ride down. We should do that this
sounds
summer.
cool.
Let's float.
Yeah.
I love doing
I
that.
love a good float.
Oh,
like
yeah.
a real lazy river.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds
You can
awesome.
toss Nala on a float and just see you at the bottom, babe.
Did she get in boats and rafts and stuff like that?
One way to find out.
This summer around Mammoth River.
Yeah. I mean, Joshua Tree, I want to do a little camping out there because I've
Yeah.
only gone during the day, but everyone just talks about how great
Stars.
the stars are.
Oh, yeah?
Little fire. Oh, yeah. It's just no lights. And you're just in the darkness.
Nice.
Out in the desert with all those weird plants. It's just
Where is this?
in Joshua Tree.
Oh, Joshua Tree. I thought we were talking about Mammoth.
I know.
Yeah,
Well, I was
Joshua
just
Tree.
switching it up.
The
But
stars are beautiful.
Yeah, one of the like most fun days I had by myself here since moving here was when I went to go to like the poppy preserve up in like I forget what they call Antelope Canyon or something. But yeah, there were no flowers. But I had a really lovely
They were all
time.
dead.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
We didn't get enough rain, so there were no
that's
flowers.
sad.
But and then this year I looked and you could see they had wild like live cams of the fields and it was like
cool.
popping off and I kept like waiting trying to coordinate it and then I never went.
Let's go this year.
I know, it's so cool, but I don't know, it was beautiful. I walked around the hills and it was just
I have
like
the perfect job for random day
journaled.
adventures.
Yeah.
Like because your schedule is pretty open?
Because as long as I'm here for, I don't know, like a 7 a.m. class and a 6 p.m. class, my days, you know, I can work weekends and
Nice. Yeah.
hang during the day.
There
Nice.
you go.
Adventure with you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I know I'm always looking for beach spots. I do, take the trip to go to the beach fairly
Love
often,
that.
but yeah, there's more to do. I always feel like
There's
there's
so
like
much
a
to-
tinge of guilt I feel for not going out
You
to like
know what we should
explore
do?
everything all the time.
I
Yeah, I
think
never
the
leave the
tide
house.
pool. I'm like that.
Yeah.
I think the tide pools are this week. We should go. What are you doing on Friday?
Flying to
Flying
Chicago.
through a blizzard.
Oh,
Yeah. Maybe landing in a blizzard.
when
we'll
do
see.
you leave? I forgot I asked you this.
We leave Friday,
Friday.
the 23rd.
All right, well, maybe we'll go Thursday. Do you have work?
Yeah.
Fuck that. Can you get sick?
No, it's like
Try not
it's
to.
like a really fun day at work.
Oh.
Oh, because then there's that recital.
No, that's tomorrow.
Oh.
The recital is tomorrow. The
listening.
winner sing is tomorrow. Thursday we have a mug exchange where I have
My
a little
cute.
gift to give to a random student I drew, and then
Wait, that's so cute.
and then after that we have a noon dismissal. The kids will leave early, and then we're having staff holiday party.
Oh, hells yeah. Wait, so how does a mug exchange work? It's everyone in the school brings a mug?
No, it's only the 4th through 6th graders, and you have to like voluntarily participate. And then I don't know if maybe the kids have to. It's voluntary for staff to participate. And then one teacher coordinates distributing these little information, like a questionnaire. Everybody completes it, and then she selects randomly for like matches people.
That's so
And
cute.
so then all of the responses get posted on the bulletin board in the hallway, and she comes by and gives you like the name on the card so you know who your person is, and then you go check to see what they wrote on the bulletin board.
What'd your
and
person
shop
write?
accordingly. Some stuff I didn't understand
Oh.
about games and stuff. But she
Like
likes the color
Minecraft or something?
purple, so I really leaned into that.
Heard that.
We love that.
Purple was the theme of my cup, or my little mug. And I got her a little monkey mug with 2 ears,
Oh,
like 2
cute.
handles. It's cute.
What's that monkey called? It's like a famous monkey
I know, like
company.
the sock puppet monkey thing.
What?
There's like, if you saw this monkey, you'd be like, oh yeah, the famous sock monkey character.
It's like a brand. A brand uses it, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Anyway,
I
we're
can
gonna have to
picture
look
this
this up
little
after.
thing.
we'll look at it. We'll take a look at the
Ephemera.
mug.
It's just a little thing.
That's a cute idea.
It is
mug
fun.
I was thinking at the studio after Christmas to do a like regift. What's that called?
a good idea.
When you do a like a
White elephant.
like a regift white elephant.
Ooh, that's a
Regift.
great
For all
idea.
the things that you like got and you're like, this is not for me. White elephant, that shit.
I like
Brilliant.
it.
I thought so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's fun.
Smart. That's really smart.
So maybe this will come.
Yeah. You're doing it in January?
Yeah, I'll have alcohol.
Cool. So we're also
Groovy.
going to Italy in
Oh,
January.
Just casually snuck that one in. Tell me more.
We are going to make some music.
Yeah. So like
Tell us everything.
my band.
Or me.
My band, That Kid Is You,
Okay.
is me and my buddy JC. And we flew to Argentina and recorded an album
What?
a couple years ago. We've gone to Argentina a couple of times.
Called Argentina.
The album's called
Wait,
Argentina.
how? Why?
So-
Like, I need more.
All right.
We got
We-
you. This is it's
JC and I have
taking
been
too long to
friends-
get you here.
Yeah,
we gotta
what?
we gotta debrief you on everything
JC and I have been friends for a long time, just like living together, making music and whatever.
since Orlando.
Then we met we met in college.
Okay.
Then we met here in LA, an Argentinian man named Carlos. And he's just like a super passionate Argentinian guy. He directs music
He lives
videos
in
and
London
stuff.
now.
Huh.
Lives in London now. He just loved like our band and stuff, and he was like, "I want you guys need a producer or something." And he's like, "I know a producer in Argentina. I'll put you in touch with him." And then we sent this guy some music. He liked it, so we set up that we flew to Argentina
cool.
to record with him. This guy's name is Nico,
Hey, Nico.
and like we fell in love with him, his family. Like it was just such a magical time.
Oh,
it was
so
awesome.
fun.
And also like the way we do it, like we didn't write any music before we went. Like we just made everything up when we got there.
So cool.
It was very fun. And so now we're doing it again, but we're going to Italy. And Nico's coming as well.
Oh my God.
And so is his like, teenage daughter who like ended up singing on our album a lot.
So cool.
She's coming with as well. And she's like the raddest. Christine's coming. Jordan
Hells yeah.
Lipschutz is coming.
Wait, how? What?
It's going to be
Love
amazing.
this.
And so this is like, we're staying at a friend's place, or like JC met a woman who just bought a house in Italy. And she's like,
villa. She's restoring a villa. She's an interior
Where?
designer in Tuscany. The town's called Visano.
This sounds
yeah,
awful.
Visano near
Visano.
Florence. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, it's like, it doesn't even have heat yet in this house. Like, she's like
it's gonna be
fixing it
cold.
up.
It's gonna be really cold. In the mountains, winter. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're going to make music.
So fun. Why is Jordan coming?
Because
he's saying yes to
come.
life.
Yeah.
Wait, I love that.
And also, his girlfriend is going to be in France, I think, like right around the same time.
Oh,
so I think he
perfect.
can like tack that
Oh,
on.
perfect. Wait, this
Yeah.
is so fun.
I'm stoked. And then in February, we're going to Uruguay, where Nico and his
That's
family.
still tentative for me, but
Hopefully, Christine comes as well.
Wait.
That's where Nico and his family. They're there for the whole month of February, every February. So we're meeting up with them,
Holy.
and then going back to Argentina with them and working on this music more for like a week
to keep
in Buenos
developing
Aires.
it.
So cool. Where in Uruguay?
I don't know, but
yeah.
like close to Argentina.
Okay.
Like they border each other, and it's kind of like a vacation spot
Yeah.
for a lot of Argentinians.
That's where I'm trying to host a retreat next year. So that's why I was like, tell me more.
Whoa,
I
what
will
it could be
let you
the
know how it
venue.
goes.
I know. Can you
Maybe.
tell me? Will you give me some
cool.
feedback?
Yeah.
I will
know
give
how
you
it is.
feedback. Yeah.
Or see if there's like a good alternative around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be super cool, and like weed is legal in Uruguay. Like Uruguay's a very
Supposed
cool
to be
place.
like, yeah, everyone says it's like,
They're like super cool.
yeah, just like that.
Yeah. So I'm excited. I've never been to Uruguay. I've been to Argentina a
Yeah.
few times, but I'm excited to go back.
Oh man, tell me everything.
Yeah, I hope I
It's
can-
stoked.
I hope I can
Or
go.
it's
Yeah, you
stoked.
got
I'm
it.
stoked. Yeah. It's cool. I'll
Yeah.
report back. So yeah, but Christine's coming to Italy, and we're pretty jazzed.
It'll be epic.
I can't believe it. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
It's
we
gonna
might
be so
buy our
fun.
plane tickets tonight. We haven't bought our plane tickets
Oh my
yet.
god,
I know.
fun.
Oh!
Edge of our seats here.
Yeah, what are you waiting for?
We were waiting to kind of confirm everything with the lady we're staying with, and we're just bad planners. We save everything for the last minute.
I'm even like kind of surprised I've gotten official verbal confirmation from my boss to take the trip. Like I feel like that came earlier than I was expecting.
You were gonna like push it to the last
In my
minute.
mind, I'm still in like great shape, you know. So I haven't even
All right.
felt stressed. But
As long as you're not.
I think it would be good to figure it out before we go home.
Yeah, it's just good to have it locked in, you
Yeah.
know. But whatever, figure it out.
She can't get out of it then.
And then, did you know Christina and I make music as well, and we have an album coming out?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
When did this start?
When we started dating, like
No
when Christine
way.
still lived in Tucson.
Wait, I'm sorry. You've never mentioned anything about this. What?
Oh, I didn't.
No! I feel
little
overwhelmed.
shy.
Doesn't sound like me.
Teeny, wait, can I hear some?
Yeah, you can hear all of it. Yeah, we'll show you.
But not you.
Not you people, not yet. But the first song comes out January 7th,
Oh my goodness.
and then another song
Nowhere
drops
to
2 weeks
hide.
later, and then the whole album comes out
Wait,
after
this
that.
is amazing.
Very
gonna be
stoked. It's
weird.
really cool. Christine's a great singer.
Teeny.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's so exciting.
So our group is called the Modern Mystics.
I love. Can we make shirts? Can I wear a shirt?
Yeah, we'll make shirts.
Okay.
We have
I think
stickers.
so.
Oh, great.
We got a little sticker.
Yeah, we have a
We'll
sticker.
send you a business card too. Let's give her a business card. You can,
Ooh.
or at least use the QR code to
Oh,
find.
that's for
some,
That Kid Is You,
That
for my
Kid Is
band.
You.
Yeah.
Oh,
Then you can
perfect.
find us as well.
I love.
Yeah.
But really, I'm in the market for merch. I've been like a merch whore these days.
Cool. That Kid Is You has shirts, and we'll have
Great.
Modern Mystics shirts soon. Coming
Yeah.
soon.
Coming soon.
And I have
You
Young
don't want a
Cunt
Young
shirts as
Cunt
well.
bracelet?
Yeah. I also have Young Cunt t-shirts that I
Is
sell
that
on my
not your
website.
vibe?
No, it might be. Hard to say.
You
Maybe
know,
it is now. Maybe
I
it is
made
now.
over 1,000 of those bracelets, and I don't think
sold
I've like
them.
worn one, maybe one time.
Wait, can we talk about how many you've sold then? And how much did you charge? Like, you made a pretty fucking penny.
We were
made some
charging
good
$10
money.
for each, and then we bumped it up to 15 on tour.
Holy shit.
And
We
I
were
sold
making
like
good money.
30 in a night at 15 a piece
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Why'd you stop making them?
because I stopped going on tour.
Oh, okay.
So when I was touring
Maybe
with
touring.
Steve-O,
The money train ran dry.
yeah, the money train ran dry, but it got us going.
Yeah,
but yeah,
pretty much,
I was touring
like-
for Steve-O, and I was opening for him, doing stand-up comedy, and I would like tell the story how they gave me the nickname Young Cunt. And
Can you tell me that story, please?
sure. Well, it's just funny that that's my nickname. He calls me Young Cunt. And we were just in South Africa, and he's like, the whole trip, he's like trying to think of like a nickname for me, because this was like my first time coming on a trip with them. And he's like, everyone's got a nickname. Like, we got to figure out your nickname. And he's like, I got it. Young Cunt. because we were saying like, we're going to South Africa. They call everybody cunts there. And so we land in the airport and we're like calling everybody cunts and like, look at this cunt. And like, we'll take a coffee. You can't, and we're just like dying laughing. And then some guys come up to Steve to take a picture with him. And he's like, like y'all say cunt here a lot, don't you? And they're like, no, that's Australia. So we thought this was just like so funny. So anyway, he's like, yeah, your nickname, we got it. It's Young Cunt. And he's like, we're going to make amazing t-shirts. We're going to blow this up. Like, you should look if the website is available. So I typed in youngcunt.com. Anyway, this was like my stand-up that I would say. But all that really happened. But so then somebody went up to the merch table after that and was like, can I buy one of those Young Cunt shirts he was talking about? And he was like, oh, we didn't actually like make the shirts. But then that guy told me, he's like, Paul, you should make the shirt. So then I made a Young Cunt shirt and I started selling it on tour.
God. That's amazing.
Nobody was
Christine
more surprised at how many we sold. I mean, I think it like almost got us like to Europe. It was like enough to like get half of our tickets or something.
Yeah, maybe. It was good. It was awesome.
I love this.
Some venture capital right there.
Honestly, that's like the definition of that. Yeah.
Yeah, so but now I stopped opening for Steve on tour. So now I got all this Young Cunt merch that
Will you start again?
No. He's like, now he just, as an opener, we'll have like a guy from Jackass do it. And then he just sort of figures he's like, it's better if I'm not doing it, which is fine. But I'm also, at the time I was opening, I was on his podcast. Oh. So I was like known like within his world. Fair. Now I'm no longer on his podcast because I kept traveling so much. And it's like it tapes all the time, and I would just like miss episodes when I was gone, like in Argentina or whatever. And he was like, you can't just kind of be here when you want to, So it's all good. We're still bros, but so anyway, like as that has all digressed, he's like, it doesn't make sense for you to open. So
that's fair.
Yeah, it's all good because
you're still a young cunt.
I'm still a young cunt, and the touring was.
You can take the young cunt off the stage, but you can't take the no.
What? But it's all the same. Like the touring was kind of grueling. Like I didn't want to do.
You were gone from TV for too long.
Yeah, I didn't want to do all that touring. And then when I started opening, though, I was like, fuck, I can't like turn this down. So me not opening makes it easier for me to not go on the tour.
I love that.
So, but it was a very fun experience. I'm glad I got to do it. And now we've got Young Cunt shirts available.
Youngcunt.com.
Youngcunt.com. I did buy the domain name.
PaulBrisky.com?
They're on PaulBrisky.com.
Is actually how you find them.
It's actually how you find them, yeah. PaulBrisky.com.
I love that.
Anyway, see it. You could buy one if you want. Well, Christine, I wanted to make it like Young Cunt, like big, loud.
It's not?
Christine was like, maybe don't do that. Because it's like, so anyway, it's just like my dumb face. And then I have a necklace on, and the beads on the necklace spell Young Cunt.
Was that you?
That was Christine's idea.
Decision.
That was really smart.
Lipschitz made the design.
Oh.
It was an in-home
I love this.
crew.
I've just felt like it kind of bridged the gap. Like if there was somebody on the cusp that was like, is this too much? That like loud and proud would be too much. Yeah. But for those people that were on the fence.
That was Brill. She's so smart.
She's smart.
Yeah.
Christine makes all sorts of shit. Like Christine, that whole box right there is all earrings that she's made, like poured resin and painted.
We're going to craft.
We're crafting after
makes all sorts of stuff. So yeah, she's a business.
We'll string it up. We'll
She
string up
has
some
inventory. We just got to.
Have you always been into crafts?
Yes. Lauren and I used to sell jewelry in like 7th grade. We were like,
really?
Yeah, we used to sling beads back then. I don't know. I've always been crafty.
I love that. You were just always Teeny the soccer player to me.
Yeah, I know. Both of my parents are like surprisingly into crafts.
I love that.
Yeah,
my dad's been painting a ton lately, and it makes me really happy to like picture him painting in his house because he moved to a new house and like literally was like, what do I put on the like needed to warm it up a bit.
How nice.
Yeah, it's cute. I have like some canvases for him that I painted. They're like basically did the layer. So now there's like a base coat of a really fun color, and he can decide what to put on top. It's like a little interactive gift. I'm excited.
Oh, that was so thoughtful.
I'm excited. So we'll see what he comes up with. Let you know if it's anything cool.
Yeah. Send photos.
Yeah.
Christine's good at gifts. Are you good at giving gifts?
I really enjoy giving gifts. I don't know if I'm good, but I enjoy it. More than I enjoy receiving gifts, to be honest.
Same.
There's some pressure receiving gifts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But giving to me is like, I know you and I want to show you that I know you. Does that make sense?
For sure. that's a good gift. Is like, it's not just like, oh wow, I'm happy I have this now. It's like, wow, like you definitely have shown that you know me.
Yeah.
By giving me this gift. I don't think I'm that good at that.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you did pretty good this year. You were
Did
thoughtful.
I'm feeling very self-conscious about my gifts this year.
Oh, really?
The ones I got you even. They're good? You happy?
I'm happy.
They're-
Wait, it's not Christmas yet, sir.
Yeah, but we're not
we
taking all of
just-
our gifts to Chicago.
We
Open them
don't
there.
follow rules. We've
been doing it like Hanukkah.
Anarchists.
Yeah,
Oh,
I know.
Basically.
I should have brought the menorah.
We should have. We could have lit the
That would've
menorah.
been
Is it the
so
third
nice.
or fourth night of Hanukkah?
Third. Look at you go.
Third night
Happy
of
Hanukkah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
Seriously.
Curtis asked me what the story of Hanukkah is, and I told him he could Google it.
Scratch that. Watch the Rugrats episode.
Thank you.
That's
or wait,
it.
is it Passover episode?
That's Passover. Yeah, that's Passover.
No,
Is there a Hanukkah? No, there's got to be a Hanukkah.
But Passover is
episode.
like a real Jewish holiday. Hanukkah's only like made to be a Jewish holiday because of Christmas.
Right. It was like a
Hanukkah episode exists.
Yeah.
small holiday, but yeah, it's like something to do around
Yeah.
this big
To make us
behemoth
like
of
not
Christmas.
feel left out.
Yeah. But Passover's
Honestly, that's fine with
Passover's
that.
like the big one.
Passover's like the
Well, religiously for Christians,
Passover
like
is-
Easter is the big holiday,
oh.
not Christmas.
Doesn't
I mean,
Passover
really,
happen around the same time?
Yeah.
It's usually April. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
there's
sort of
some-
like
all
it's
the
like the
same.
high holidays around like September are really, but like Passover is also a big one comparatively to Hanukkah.
Well, and like
At least
Yom
in my
Kippur, I
opinion.
guess.
Yeah.
is
Yeah, Yom
bigger.
Kippur and Rosh Hashanah.
Rosh Hashanah. Oh yeah,
We
the
call
New
them
Year.
the high holidays. So like
high.
those.
Just those two.
They're up there.
Yeah.
But Hanukkah's
Yeah.
fun, right? I mean, it's
Hanukkah's
become
a
like
great
a
fun one.
Yeah.
I feel like there is a movie, but I don't know.
About Hanukkah?
Yeah.
Well, there's like the Adam Sandler cartoon, but that's
Yeah,
kind of
that's not,
it.
yeah, that's it.
Someone needs to make like a Hanukkah because there's Christmas
Seriously,
movies. Like, where's the
how come
Hanukkah
there hasn't
movie?
been like stoner Hanukkah movies by like Seth Rogen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where
Seth
the fuck
Rogen?
are you,
Is
Seth
that his
Rogen?
name? Yeah, where's our Hanukkah movie?
Isn't
Dick?
what's his name a Jew too?
James Franco?
Oh,
That
is he?
guy? No, I don't know.
No,
He doesn't
he
seem
doesn't. He
looks Gentile
He's
as
too
fuck.
cute. Yeah.
He's too cute. I didn't say that.
He just came out with that Netflix one, super bad.
Jonah Hill.
Thank you. Gotta be a Jew, right?
Oh,
I would assume he's Jewish.
Yeah.
Looks Jewish.
Fits the part.
Fits the part.
I can say that, right?
You're Jewish. I can't say it. Yeah. There's no like big Hanukkah movie. You'd think there would be.
All right, so we gotta
I
get
see
the
a
Jews on
market.
that.
I see a hole in the market.
Well, maybe it's because we know our demographic and like population size wise. Like I don't know who's watching that. Me. One,
I would
one
watch
every
it.
million. I don't know.
Well, it would
Do you
have to
find
be
yourself putting Christmas movies on?
Not really.
not even like Elf or The Grinch. You know, have you
I
seen
feel like
any
your
of these?
mom got me into them. Like when we go back,
that's
she's like
cute.
really into Hallmark Christmas movies, and then I got kind of addicted to the dopamine of just like simple plot but sweet plot lines that just sort of cheer you
I
up.
think my ADHD is too bad.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing is a lot of times when I'm watching TV, I'm doing something else.
Yeah, they're good background.
Like I'm
Like
ju-
Law and
like,
Order style.
crafting it up, and so I'm not really paying
Law and
attention.
Order. Yeah. I love
that
I love
background.
Law and Order.
Yeah.
I love like the tone, just the like nice consistent
Yeah.
vibe of Law and Order.
Like I can pay attention. I also can fall asleep.
Yeah,
yes,
I appreciate that.
for sure. If I'm in a hotel
It's
room,
like gentle and steady
Right.
while talking about like assault
Something
and violence
right.
against women.
Something that like should not be so normalized, but here we are.
yeah, you do end up hearing, especially if you're watching SVU, like trying to fall
Of
asleep,
course
you're
you're
hearing like
watching SVU.
crazy, like
You know, both of my
Creepy
sisters
shit.
like to fall asleep to like forensic files.
Oh, that's like
Or at least one of my
That's
sisters.
next level
I
shit.
would like walk downstairs and forensic files is blasting and Kelly's like asleep and I'm like, this doesn't
like, what are you
feel
dreaming about
right,
right now?
You know, like doesn't some part of you feel like
But I mean, women enjoy those things more than men, I think, typically,
I think, which is
which is weird.
There's a
But I
lot to
think maybe
unpack.
there's also like
yeah,
a
there is
safety.
a lot.
But maybe you
because-
feel safe watching it. Like I watch, if
Yeah,
I
it
watch
is
like
empowering.
Cops, I feel safe because I'm not that dude. I'm not getting arrested. I'm not getting like, you know, I feel like more comfortable in my situation.
it's
You
the
think
opposite for
partially
that because we just realized
Yeah.
statistically how
but
there's
you-
so much violence towards women. So it's not really comforting because it's literally a majority of the time female
Yeah.
victims.
Yes. Is it maybe like you feel better because you're kind of learning how
I think
to
that's
avoid
like
it?
I think a lot of the fascination with the, but I don't know. I mean, the fascination with like murderers is deeper than just women. I mean, that definitely is.
Yeah, oh, of course.
You know, there's a lot of people.
I guess it's
that
just
are into
fascinating that
that
someone
genre.
would like step so far outside of society's like rules and be a murderer. it's like kind of captivating.
The way he says it, you could just like hear how he's such a nice guy with the way he says murderer. It's just
What do you mean?
It's just so cute, like loaded, you know. It's like murder,
But like as it should be.
To murder is pretty extreme.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I
You know?
appreciate
You're
your
not just,
emphasis
like-
on that. That is
you're not just
seriously
driving around
underlined wrong.
I think
Hitting
it's like
mailboxes.
it's almost like a fascination of I don't get it. Like I can't fathom it. And then when you're watching, you're like trying to understand. Like you're trying to connect with the person to understand why someone would do that.
Yeah, partially.
like where it went wrong.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's like a puzzle in a way.
Yeah,
You're
that's
trying to
it.
fit the pieces together.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw a TikTok the other day and it was like, I always leave evidence of mine behind in a Uber, a Lyft. Like putting fingerprints on the glass and finding a hair on your jacket and dropping it in.
So that it can be an alibi? Or what?
No, so
No.
that if your driver
If you're murdered or
rapes or
raped.
kills you, that there's DNA evidence
Oh,
that
you
you
do
were
it
in the car.
While you're in there. I
these
see.
are
Things women
these
have
are
to
like
think
I was
about.
picturing
Yeah.
as you're leaving, like just leaving prints before you.
there's always these things you're supposed to do as a woman. You're supposed to have your car keys out and make sure they're out and ready to unlock your door so nobody jumps you
I
in the
do that.
parking lot.
I'm ready to
But it's like
cut somebody.
it's
But
just-
no, of course, it's scarier for women. I get it.
No, it's not even. I'm not like actively afraid. I just think it's bullshit.
It's bullshit that we have to worry about crazy people.
That like it's always. I just sometimes feels like it's on women to modify their behavior to prevent being victims when really it should be about fucking finding ways to stop perpetrators and prevent crimes because there are patterns to human behavior and we know when people are about to snap and we still sell them guns and we do stupid things and then women and children and all sorts of countless victims are, popping up because of it.
Sure. I
Don't
wish there
take
were
good
no
care.
criminals as well. But walk into your car carrying your keys in case somebody comes up behind you and attacks you to steal from you.
Have you ever considered carrying pepper spray?
No?
Have you ever thought about having
No.
a weapon on you? Have you ever?
Right. Like I used to not be able to walk Nala. I had to worry about getting a dog because I was going to have to walk my dog alone at night. And like that
Sure.
wasn't safe.
Sure.
Like I don't know that, and I don't hope I'm wrong actually, but I can't imagine that a man has ever really thought about that kind of stuff prior to, like that was why we moved. That's why we left Abercrombie.
Because it was too sketchy at night.
Just so busy.
No,
and-
even like during the day, like I was attacked multiple times, and like that was just standard for Venice.
I mean, but
Jeez.
I know dudes who have moved
Walking
out
the
of
dog
Venice for the
mainly,
same
or-
reason.
Totally.
Because it's so gnarly. Like, dudes probably get attacked in Venice too.
Yes.
And if I was in like a bad neighborhood, about to walk my dog at like 2 a.m., I'd be like, fuck,
There's no world in which
scared
I'm awake
doing
at 2
this.
a.m..
Sure, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't think that is... I think women are more afraid and have reason to be more afraid at night. But it's scary. Like, if I see someone walking towards me and they're like carrying like a broken suitcase and like a horse stuffed animal or something, I'm like, okay, what is this guy gonna fucking do? Like when I walk past him, is he gonna swing at me? Like I'm thinking about all of that the whole time.
That's fine. You might be thinking about it, but even statistically, the actual attacks that are happening are against women
For sure. More.
significantly more than men. It's like marginally.
Yeah, there's a lot of
But
other
why
ones.
is it? I mean, you say like it's bullshit that, and I agree it's bullshit that happens, but
Because
why
it
do you
should
think
be
that
a
is?
time because our laws don't really punish fucking rapists and people like there's
That
not
is the biggest understatement you have ever said.
yeah, it's insane. We let people. I mean, President like fucking
Right.
Trump was like accused of all these things. We just don't believe women, and it's so hard to prove, and women don't want to go through with
Rape
reporting.
is the only crime where the victim holds the burden to like prove that they're not lying.
Yeah,
There's
it's
no.
And it's like the worst thing to happen. I would imagine. I mean, it's so much worse than like someone stealing your car. It's
Sure.
It's like
Yeah.
a bajillion times worse. Yeah, I guess that is probably why. That's why women are more afraid. You know, like a guy might attack me the same way he might attack you and rob you, but he's not gonna, or he's very unlikely to rape me.
I mean, yeah,
That's the real.
It's not like it's
that's the
impossible,
big
but
difference.
statistically,
Yeah.
you're less
Yeah,
likely
yeah, I
to
mean,
have
it's-
that as that's not like the main threat. You're
Like I feel
thinking
like
about.
that's what the pepper spray is for. Like that's I don't carry pepper spray because I'm not worried worst someone's gonna do is like hit me in the head and rob me. You know, probably. Like I think the
the threat of rape is like it's super not fair.
And are you familiar with this idea of like rape culture?
I am familiar.
Because that's, just like that happens systematically, and there you see it like these. I mean, I was excited to see Harvey Weinstein got
but only
proven
one.
guilty. No, I thought it was multiple charges.
Yeah, but only one case of rape, I thought. And the rest were all inconclusive.
See, this is the
But
thing.
how long is he in jail?
Yeah, I heard something about like 18 to 24 years.
Yeah, but even that, I just found
Also, but that he's like a serial. I mean, he has
he
these
should be in jail
lawsuits
forever.
in multiple states.
Right.
There's some, like,
But even back to what you were saying, even when a man is convicted of rape, the sentences for rape are so much less than for pretty much anything else. Like there's a guy in LA County who was just he had like 24 months that he served, and he was just let out, and he raped his students, series of students.
Yeah.
And 24 months. If you ever, this is like the perfect example. If you can look up registered sex offenders in your zip code. It is the scariest thing that you will ever do, and also the most numbing thing you will ever do, because every single person, there's no safe neighborhood. It doesn't matter where you are.
Yeah.
They're everywhere. And yeah, it's insane.
You got to feel bad for the people who earned that title just for like peeing in a park or something,
There's a few of those, I'm sure.
There's a few people that have
you always hear
trickled
those.
in, and they really don't belong. And
Well,
those
it should
guys.
be
But how
like-
many of those are there really?
I don't know.
Sure.
I don't know. But it is a terrifying thought. Well, they're still guilty of something, but
I mean, are there, there's like degrees of murder.
it's not like a serious.
Are there degrees of
capital
rape if
punishment
you're being
going
charged? Like,
Yeah, I think there's
there's statutory rape,
yeah.
but that's
on. Well, I think
different.
it's also like there's loaded up like things, right? You could add like assault or battery charges. Like you can, right?
Yeah.
Like there's things that you could tack on.
Right.
Abduction, if it's a child.
But it's
taking
hard to
a child.
picture when is it
Worse. Yeah, I don't
less?
know. Maybe I'm wrong.
When is
I
it
don't know.
not a bad one?
Well, let's see. Statutory rape,
it's
what does
always
that
pretty
term
bad.
mean again?
Right. That means you had sex
Child.
with someone underage.
So I guess that's probably the worst.
Well, but maybe
ranking.
not, but that one might be the one where it's consent was given, but a child can't legally give consent.
Yeah, that's why it's statutory rape.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So then that would be the opposite. That's well, I mean,
I don't know,
not
it's
all
hard
of
to
those,
say.
Some of those aren't consensual, but they are more coercive,
So,
actually.
Curtis and I are getting our marriage license in Arizona. It's easier, apparently. That's a whole other conversation.
Yeah,
But
what?
when you have to check, okay, you're of 16 years of age or a parent will be present. And I was like, why is it state by state, and why is the age different? Isn't there no...
State by state, yeah.
It is still state by state, and there's so many weird laws.
there's some states where it's real fucking young.
What's the youngest?
Oh, but I think I heard it was pretty young. Because I was 16? 16? Not everyone can drive.
16 to get married. Jeez.
This really took a turn.
I know. I
That's
feel
it.
bad. We were keeping it so nice. I really, what my takeaway is? I gotta stop reading the news.
Yeah, that is
I
definitely-
can't stop. Just a little news
It's scary,
stressor
yeah.
outer.
I mean, I'm kind of like you, where it's especially so much of it, I can't change it. By knowing
Right.
it only hurts me.
Right.
But at the same time, you can't just ignore the problems of the
Right.
world
I'm,
and be
putting my
just
head in the sand.
so.
I
It's
feel like
tough
there's
balance to find.
There's
Yeah.
you know?
power in the knowledge. For
But-
me, that's why I feel like I have to equip and arm myself against.
So how does your knowledge of
everything.
it fix it or help it?
I guess just because I feel like I have an awareness of the threats that are out there.
So it helps you.
Feels like
I
yeah.
think I used to feel that way, and then I felt really powerless during the Trump era in particular. That
was brutal.
nothing was making a real difference. Even the knowledge almost was meaningless. And so now I've turned into, which is not a great. It's what you're saying. There's a balance that has to be struck. Because I can't just be
because that's actually what they
complacent.
want. They
Right.
want everybody to be complacent little, just stare at your phones and just do all the things.
No, but not
shop
stare
all
at your
the things.
not stare at your phone. Go outside and just look at a tree instead of
I
reading
know
the
that's
news.
like an act of rebellion against the
it's-
system that I refuse
mean,
to leave behind.
Partially though, it's not our. It's the media is so awful and such a mess that you don't know what you're reading is true.
Right.
You don't know
You
what.
can't
So it's like,
verify it.
why am I even looking at
Right.
this? It's only going to stress me out. I don't even know if this is true or not. Like, I got to spend like 6 hours researching to see how I actually feel about this, or I can go outside and look at a tree. You know, like I don't know. It's exhausting.
Yes, it's exhausting.
So I mean, I commend you in some
Yeah.
way of trying to
Right. Still fighting the battle.
still fighting or doing something. Or I don't know. I guess.
I'm
But
not
what are you doing?
fight- I know,
You think
I'm
it's
not
good for
fighting it.
you. You don't think it affects the thing you're reading about. You think you're better off by knowing the information.
I do.
Okay.
I feel like more prepared.
So even though it stresses you out, you think it's a net benefit because you're more prepared.
Yeah, I feel like obligated to. I don't
Be
know.
able to like have conversations.
Yeah, to always just like somewhat know what's going on. I don't like that feeling of being like completely left in the dark. I mean, it happens. There's a lot of things I don't know
Well,
shit
yeah,
about,
For sure.
but
That's valid.
It's very valid. I feel like for me, it feels like a net loss. Like it just
your sensitive soul
doesn't make me feel good.
Yeah,
It doesn't fill me with joy or love or anything. I like learning. I like knowing things.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, you're a good
hearing about
podcaster.
Donald Trump's, charges or whatever that's happening,
I was like snickering in bed. I was like on a high.
well, I mean, okay, that's making you happy, but hearing about Trump,
I was
something
very
else,
excited.
or anything, it's
But-
like,
But then, like, what's
doesn't affect
actually going to
anything.
happen?
I know, but then,
that's
so then
Yeah, I
I'll
don't
be
think he's
mad.
gonna
I'll be
check.
mad
Right.
on the night that those articles come out.
Right.
But
Right.
last night, reading those words of affirmation felt good. Where I'm like, yeah, this guy was inciting a riot. And it
Yeah.
felt good to read
But-
that had been found.
Okay, one more and then I'm gonna let it go. But didn't you already know? Like you knew that already. You knew that was fact. You saw it with your own eyes, and yes, he denied it, but that was meaningless. And now he was able to do it because he knew he'd have no repercussions. So, what's the difference now? Like someone else agreed with you that it happened.
Yeah, and they're asking for charges to be brought. So it's like the one step before charges, which so many things against Trump have gotten to this point. Charges were never brought.
Right.
And he
Right, and
always
that's why I feel
slips
even
away.
more invested because I'm tired of this slippery little son of a bitch grabbing women by the pussies and abusing his power and hijacking power and just I don't know.
Part of the charge,
I
though-
understand life is about breaking rules, but I just don't
No, not
think
these.
that man had
He's not breaking rules. He's
any
breaking
intentions
humanity.
that were good
Right.
for this place.
That's abusing someone else's.
If one of the charges Christine was saying is that it's the charge of trying to overturn an election, like instigating January 6th or whatever. But as a whole, he was trying. He was four
charges.
attempting to overthrow the election, which is a huge crime. And so anyway,
And they said that he
if-
was at the
yeah.
center, which was particularly validating because it's like he's just all about passing the culpability all the time and kicking it down the freaking row, whatever, kicking the what's the thing?
Kicking
the can down the road.
That's a
just does that. But it's not. I
bet he doesn't go to jail.
the carrot
Right.
in front of my nose. That's like there could be some
But
accountability.
that carrot is just
coming.
for advertising money. That's
Yeah.
why they have
Yes.
the carrot. The carrot's not for you. It's just
Right.
for your eyeballs.
That's the-
because there's
So
dollar
basically,
signs.
in January, I'll give up the news. I'll go to Italy. I'll read their news.
great.
Read Italian news. Yeah.
Read Italian news.
That
I don't
might be a
speak
fun
Italian.
exercise.
It'll
Like
be a
get
good break.
invested in another country's politics.
When I lived in London was during the Trump era. Let's be very clear. The UK has their own fucked up set of issues, and especially
Sure.
at that time. But all they wanted to talk about were ours. So yeah, maybe that's really the move. It's like ignore what's going on in your nation and let's see the
Yeah.
bullshit in the other world.
Let other people.
Yeah.
There you go.
We
And then
thrive on your
Give-
bullshit.
We'll get
yeah,
into
you can
some other
handle that
shit.
perspective. I'll humble you.
It'd be almost like getting really into like a foreign like soccer league, like getting into like Italian politics.
And we're kind of
like,
we're like Wexham fans now.
You are?
well,
Is that right?
Ryan Reynolds bought
Yeah.
that team. We watched the show about it.
Is the show good?
It's great.
good.
Oh.
It's great and
It's
it's
like
fun,
kind
and
of
you end
like-
up being a
it's-
fan of the team.
Have you
Like
guys
real life
seen
Ted Lasso.
White Lotus?
Yes.
Yes.
Is it good?
Yes.
So good.
Okay.
Fantastic.
You haven't seen any first season or second?
None.
They're both
So
good.
good.
The second's better, everyone says.
Yeah, I
like
think
the
second's
second
better. Which is great because you're going to watch first and say, this is so good. And then the second one I think is better.
Okay. Great.
Yes. What
I
else
can't
have I been watching? Ooh, I just watching Yellowstone. That's a really
I love
fun
Yellowstone.
show.
I skipped Yellowstone.
So
Oh,
good.
you
You
should go
missed
back,
out on
yeah.
that one.
I mean, like I skipped the whole show.
Listen, I love a binge. So like maybe
I do
that's
too.
really the opportunity. You
Seriously.
have
I love a binge too. We had just finished Secession. Have you watched that
Yeah.
show? So good.
Yeah.
We had just binged Secession, and Christine's like, "Let's watch Yellowstone." I'm like, I need like to go live for a little bit. I'm
almost
not ready.
similar, just different. Like there's
I'm
almost
ready,
the same
I'm ready.
idea, just takes different
Right.
areas and eras.
It's all very Game of Thronesy as well. Like it's like the chess game of like the political chess game of power. That's like a
You're
a
not
big
wrong
thing.
per se. I just never got into Game of Thrones. I've tried.
Me neither. I've never seen Game of Thrones.
Okay. Well,
But I know it's about shit like that. Well, I watched the new one, the dragon one.
yes,
Did you watch the new one?
I tried.
I liked it.
Okay.
And Christine's saying you should watch Game of Thrones, but it's, at the same time, who's the time for
I
that?
honestly feel like you kind of missed it. There's some things
Great.
that are just like a.
I don't want it.
Yeah, I think I'm
Wow.
with you.
Wow, he's never.
I was saying, I'm not
he's
sure you guys
never-
can
he's
properly
been
get married
dancing
after
around
this.
that for so long because I keep asking
Well, if
when do you
you
want to
don't-
start it? When do you want to start it? And he's like, not now, not now. But he's never said not ever.
Well, if you're giving me the out and you're saying it's too late, then great.
not gonna-
That's
But
what I
You
want to
might
hear.
be- yeah, and some things like don't age well.
Yeah, who knows? It could be definitely that.
Maybe it'll be really cool way in the future. The Netflix has like all the Star Treks.
Oh.
So I watched the first episode of the first season of Star Trek with
When
like
was that
William
from?
Shatner, like from the 60s
Whoa.
or 70s maybe.
Does it translate?
It's awesome.
Whoa.
Because they like high defed it. That's a technical term, no. They high defied it, and so it looks like
Deftified.
you're watching like a shitty like play. Like you can see the set, you see that it was just like foam or something, and you're watching.
that's almost overwhelming.
And then the graphics are like really crappy and primitive, but it's so cool. Like it's fun to watch that way. I don't know. So maybe Game of Thrones ends up something like that.
Plausible.
Plausible, possible,
graphics
or maybe I'll
were
never
awesome.
see it ever. The graphics in what? Game of Thrones? They won't be
Right.
now. If I watch it now, I bet I will not think the graphics are good.
I bet he's right, unfortunately. I'm sorry, Danny.
I mean, it's a fast-moving world.
It's too fast.
It's a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even
I mean, animations come so far. Like Coco looked so good, and like all
Yeah.
these these new fresh films are just
watch it in 5 years though.
crisp.
It's gonna look like shit.
Crisp.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
so crisp.
All right,
Let's go find
what a
some
journey!
snacks. And
What a
some
journey!
Crafts.
Thanks for doing the show, Rachel.
Yeah.
Having me.
Was it as scary as you thought it would be?
It was scary at points, but it was just fun to hang out with you guys, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, thanks for being in the hot seat.
Thanks for hanging.
Thank you. Good night, everybody.
Night-night.
Good night.